Hello, Teresa here from the UK.
I had a really lovely surprise through the post. And this was a couple of days ago, and it's from Louise. And Louise has sent this all the way from Margate in Australia. Louise, I don't know if you know, but we have a Margate here in the UK as well. I was staggered at the price of postage that you sent on this. $25.75 Australian dollars. Louise, that's extortion. So I've got to do a really good job on this, but thank you. And I must admit that I have taken the liberty. I got excited and I ripped it open, and I know I wanted to wait until I did it here on the screen, but I got far too excited, so ripped it open. And this is what I found. Now, these pieces were wrapped up in this beautiful paper. Now, I imagine that, Louise, you have done this yourself. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to hold it up so you can see. Look at this. Gorgeous gold shimmering. It's a shimmery paint, and that is really lovely. And as I said, it was neatly wrapped up in this, and I ripped it open. And also these, Louise, did you do these? These are beautiful. I don't know if the camera is picking that up, but this beautiful gold leaf plant, just a stem of it there. I just think that is lovely. And this. Now this reminds me of the colours of the fabric that you sent, but this is really gorgeous. So I'm going to put that somewhere safe as well over there. Now the fabric, this is everything Louise has sent, and she hasn't made this easy for me whatsoever. There's so much here. I have 2 hexagon patchwork pieces there. This lovely strip of, I think it's lawn, some sort of lawn fabric maybe. And look at that, that is lovely. So we've got flowers there, blue, yellow flowers, and these are just absolutely stunning pieces of fabric. This fabric, like so, and I can see on the screen that the camera isn't picking up just how vibrant these colours are. You're getting a pale imitation up there on the screen, but that is beautiful. And this as well. So far I'm thinking flowers. Got flowers on the hexagons, got flowers on that piece, flowers on there, and flowers here. Now I'm also thinking colour as well. So we've got predominantly lemon there, and here, oh, this could go anyway, but I just think it is beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. And a little piece there for contrast, and we're back to this. This is sort of a retro design on there, and I'm very apt because they look like Easter eggs, and it is Easter weekend. This beautiful red, that's vibrant as well. I'm going to put that to one side because that is very special. This, look at that. Now immediately I look at that and I think, oh, that needs embellishing. Look at this, we've got templates here. It's almost like one of those old style iron on embroidery prints. Look, just right for some beautiful stitchery. We've got yellow again. We have a lot of yellow going on. This is a yellow seersucker. I need to pull that over a bit so you can see it. There we are. That is lovely. This as well, beautiful. I'm so pleased that there's a mixture of plain as well. So, and this, see how gorgeous that is. And look at this beautiful lace. So I really am spoilt for choice, and we have some letter in here which says 16 patch, Bear's Paw, Whirlwind Road to Oklahoma. So those are lovely. I have to keep looking up there because I've moved the camera yet again. Right, where am I? Here, right. And in here, I tried to undo this and I made a knot. It's a little purse. Now I'm guessing that Louise made this. And I did want a sneak peek, but in pulling one end I've actually knotted it. So I'm going to tip it this way because I don't want to lose the thread on there. And I don't actually know what's in this. So this is new to me as well. But look at that beautiful little purse. Little pocket there. That would be ideal, wouldn't it, on a journal page? That is just gorgeous. So I'm going to put that over there safe there. And here we have a collection of buttons. Oh, these are lovely. Oh, these are really gorgeous. They're like toggles. And they go lovely with these lemon and these burnt yellows. Right, okay. Right, okay. And these have been matched beautifully as well, Louise. I think you spent a lot of time matching these to the fabrics. These are beautiful. It's such wonderful fabric, Louise. Thank you. But this is my favourite. Look at this. Now, I'm wondering, Louise, if you printed these yourself. Now, when I looked at this the first time, as it sprang open, I immediately thought boats. I can see boats here. So my mind is going towards flowers and boats, but these remind me of a sunset. These three here. So here we have sunset, boats and flowers. Sunset, boats and flowers. Now, I don't know. These are my keywords at the moment. Sunset, boats and flowers. So, I haven't spent any time thinking about this. So, I need to go off and have a look now. Have a look around. Yeah, already I'm getting an idea actually, but I'm not going to mention it until I go away and have a real think about it, because these fabrics are such beautiful quality as well, Louise, and I really do love them. I really do. I think, now I'm thinking aloud, so you have to take this all with a pinch of salt because you know it's likely to change. I think the first thing I'm going to do is back these with interfacing violin. Interfacing. I should drop the violin, shouldn't I? That's a brand. With iron-on interfacing. That one. Oh, I think there was another one. Yeah, so I'm going to interface these. Then I'm going to my art books because I've got a few things in mind actually. The Impressionists, I think it was Turner. Turner did a lot of seascapes. And there's something by I think Monet as well that's niggling at my brain. Can't quite put my finger on that one. So I'm going to have a look around, see what photographs I have from the art galleries, and have a look through my art books, because there's something niggling in at my brain. I don't want to copy, as you know. I just want inspiration. And I think, oh, this is really exciting there. Yeah, I can feel my brain waking up. After the last hotel project, I can feel my brain. My juices are running. I can't wait to do something with this. But this is really precious. So I want to make sure. Oh, actually. Yeah, this brings to mind something I see in the cathedral. Right, I'm not giving that away at the moment. Well, it's actually it's graffiti dating back to, I don't know, when dinosaurs were around. Not literally, of course, but hundreds of years. So I'm going down there for a service in half an hour because it's actually Good Friday, so I need to go down there to the cathedral and do what some of us do on Good Friday. So I'll be down there for I think the service is about 3 hours. So it's a good idea to get inspired in more than one way. So if I sit near where I think these are, I can be inspired both ways, creatively and spiritually. How's that? Okay, so hopefully the next part of this will be back when I'm back from the cathedral, where after I've looked at some inspiration in my art files, and I might come up with an idea, but already there's one forming and I am so excited. So excited.
So I did indeed sit near these in the cathedral, but I promise that I didn't sit staring at them for 3 hours, but just long enough to work out an idea, I think. This is a scratch picture of a ship on the column from the medieval period. I'm just going around it here so you can see the shape and the nature of the ship. Now apparently these were used as prayers because the people of that period were quite illiterate. They would scratch things like this on the columns in the church, in the cathedral, as prayers, and this particular one said, "Please guide me home safely." Oh, that is what the meaning is thought to believe, is thought to be. This is going to be one of the inspirations for the design, and this is another. Now I got this picture and the following one from Pexels, and if you're stuck for inspiration, do go to Pexels. They are free pictures. Now the colours here are what drew me, because the colours here are basically the colours that Louise has included. Now this is another lovely sunset that I really do love, and it's by James Whistler, he of the great Whistler's Mother picture that you might know him for. And this is really gorgeous. I just love the colours. Now once again in these pictures you're going to see a similar thing with regards to style and to colour. This is beautiful, and particularly the blue and the yellow. Now I do like the idea of having yellow in the sunset. I think it's really beautiful. The next picture, when it comes up, is one by Turner. And Turner is one of my favourite artists. I just love the atmosphere that he puts into his paintings, especially his seascapes. Now this is Venice looking across the lagoon at sunset. Now just look at these colours. I think they're tremendous. What I've always found amazing about Turner and the way he paints is that the Pre-Raphaelites, who were totally different in style, were influenced by Turner and his methods of working towards the end of their period. This is a detail from the picture that I've just shown you, and it has even has the red in this that Louise has sent me a piece of fabric of the same colour, so the colours are there. Now as I'm doing this and I'm talking aloud, really there is an idea formulating in my head, and it's really clarifying my progression of an idea, even though it might be coming out as some sort of hodgepodge for those of you who are listening. So once again, I'm full of apologies. This is one of my all-time favourites by Claude Monet, Sunset on the Sea at Pourville. And it's absolutely beautiful. Now you can see here the overlapping of the colours. This one is really inspiring, and I can see how I can use Louise's fabric to do this. and I think this might form the absolute basis at the moment. I need to play around with this because I don't want to copy it, but I do want to be inspired. Now this is the same picture on its side, and you might be able to see the lines more clearly once you can see it on its side, and the way the colours merge into each other. And I just find it absolutely stunning. It's very exciting. I hope you like it too. So at the moment, this one is the one I favour, with bits added in from the previous paintings. I think that's the best way to go. Make a composite piece of work. It's just for inspiration. Now the flowers, the final part of the inspiration, flowers on on a sunset picture with boats. Yeah, bit difficult, but I will work on it. And these are just our ideas. The next thing I did is make photocopies of these. I didn't interface these, not yet. I'm going to leave that for a while. While I was talking to you a little while ago, as I was talking thinking aloud I should say, things seem to be falling into place. Now, as you can see on the screen, I've actually folded my photocopies for the pieces I want. Now you can do this with pictures from magazines, you can do it with photographs, you can do it with anything you like, cereal boxes, just to get a rough idea of the colours you want and how you want to layer them. Now I've put tape down here to hold it in place. So I'm going back now to Louise's fabric, and I'm going to work out where I want this fabric, and it's so gorgeous. It really is gorgeous. Now the sky, I'll pull this down. The sky is a beautiful arrangement of warm colours. Even that's a warm grey. It has quite a bit of pink in it, so that's a warm grey. I want that piece. Now this is how I intend to do it. I need to put that over there and just rip them. That gives me a rough idea of how I'm going to do the fabric. So I did have red fabric, and this is fun because it's a collage, isn't it? We're doing collage now, paper collage. So we can call this mixed media. Colours there. And here we go here. Just to get an idea. Now this is how I'm planning to do it. I'm sorry this board isn't straight. I hope it's not giving you eyeache. And that will give me a rough idea of maybe colour placement or some sort of fabric placement. What else have we got there that needs ripping? Here. And this one has also got that on there. So I'm going to take that because this is a real dead ringer for that fabric. So get rid of the white bit there and just... Now I'm going to carry on doing this, and I'll possibly start ripping the fabric as well, and maybe even tack it down. So when I get to the fabric, I'll be able to tear some of it, but I can see others will need cutting, and all I'm going to do is rip it, just rip it into strips, and then as I place it I will make some shapes, some lovely shapes. Can you see this? How these shapes are going to be made. See, that is another way of doing it, is putting down like this for the sky. If we go back to the sky here, we go back to that sky there, okay? So I'll do the red. Could put that down in one piece and then get some strips and go, oh yeah, I think this might be a better idea. Tear strips of this and put these down as strips like this, and then maybe put another strip of colour here
So the overall or the predominant colour will be this background colour. So I do have some things to think about now, and as soon as I've got something constructive to show you, I'll get back to you. Well, I'm not sure how constructive this is. I haven't got very far really, but I just want to show you the next step. I found some calico. Now this needs pressing, and I will do that later, but this will be the background here. And I've gone back to the pictures, the photographs, and I like this one and this one here. Okay, so I'm going to use the proportions for this for my work as well. This was half the picture, and then I'm going to turn the rest into 2 quarters. Two quarters. Okay, now the easiest way to do this is on my piece of A4. I've already marked it. Just going to fold that in half like that. So this top now will be sky. Okay, that's all going to be sky to there. And then I folded this again. You don't have to do this, you don't have to be this exact. And so this quarter and that quarter, this will be sea, and this will be sand, foreshore. Okay, flowers as well. Now I'm going to pop it on here and just draw around it. Doesn't really matter what I draw around it with, because it will be covered up. It'll be eaten into the seam allowance or the binding, the frame. So now I know what my proportions are, and I'm going to start with the sky. Now I have cut some strip, or ripped, cut, whatever. What I'm going to do is, as I said on the last piece, is put a whole piece down, and now it's up to you how you place them. But remember, you do want some lovely shapes between, but you also want some overlapping. Don't really want any straight lines on mine. I like to give the impression of maybe clouds, beautiful shapes. I need some more strips, some more overlaying. Now I'm going to carry on in this way. Then I will tack them down, and the next time you see this, it might all be tacked down, but I'm not sure. Okay, so watch this space anyway.
Now I haven't started tacking them yet, as you can see on the screen, because I've had an idea. I really do like this look. And you can see how the strips are working nicely together, and we've gone from the sky down to the sea, a deeper sea, and then onto the shore, and the gingham is really lovely. Now you can see, if you look closely at the bottom gingham, I've put some golden net over it, and it's looking really lovely. And I think because of that, I've now decided I'm going to add net to the rest of this. Now in my rag bag I've got some samples of nets, and they are literally samples. They're very, very small pieces, but most of the colours are there. So I've taken them out, and I'm going to put them across this work, and it'll add different dimension, and it will actually make some really nice colours as well. The yellows will become oranges, and the reds will become something else. So I'm quite excited about laying these down. So this is my next task, just to cover the sky at the moment. I've sewn the net down over the shapes, and this took some doing. I was up at 3 o'clock using my sewing machine. That was during the night. I just got so carried away and so excited by this. This is a mixture of purple, pink and red, and I just used them down like this, secured them with tacking, and then I've machine sewn them, and it's made some beautiful colours here. It's turned the grey into that grey pink
that I'm looking at here, there. I've also highlighted the orange here, and I've turned that yellow, Louise's yellow, that was the colour, and by putting the lace, sorry, not the lace, a net, red net over it, I've turned it into that beautiful orange, and it's very much like this here. And change the colours once again. That was some of the grey. Change that. Now the blue here and there are from the piece of printing that I felt looked like boats, and it's changed that to almost a purple. So I've got a really rich sky going on here, beautiful sunset, I think, and it finishes down here. So once again with the net over all these colours, that colour is also that here, and look at the difference. Just, I think that's got 2 pieces of net over it, and it's just given it such a lovely rich colour. This was the red, the like burgundy red. You can still see, let's see now, you can see a little bit there peeping out. Let me move it there, just a little bit there. In fact, you can see the colour better there, and just by placing two more pieces of net on there, change the colour once again. So I'm quite happy with that. Now what I think I need to do is maybe, like this one here, put a nice big golden sun there, somewhere around about here. Maybe not a whole, maybe part of one. I think that's going to be my next task, putting some sort of sun here. Now I know it's difficult for you to see because this is on its side. It's the only way I can get this in at the moment. I'm going to push it up slowly. I'll tell you what, I'll try and turn that round, see how much of it you can get in. Right, you've seen that part now. That might make more sense if I say about putting the great big sun somewhere around about there. Right, yeah. Now here's the rest of that fabric that Louise printed here, and I have taken some of the shapes off, placed them down here to make the bottom of the boats, and I have to put the sails on, but at the moment these are just the boats, the bottoms. I've no idea if they've got a technical term, but the bottom of the boats. And I put blue net over here. This is the sea, all sea here. I just love that look. Actually, I really do like that, and that would correspond to this, would it? Dark area, I think. Although, as I say, it's only inspiration, so it's all sort of maybe lost its original look from this, and that doesn't matter at all. So this was actually white strip that was over from cutting the blue printing from the fabric, and that was the border from the blue, what I'm calling boats, printed boats. Pull that up a little bit, and now we're down to the sand, and then I've just added some greenery here in green net, because this is where the plants, the flowers will be. So I think that might be a nice basis for the flowers. Next stage is to think about the plants and the stitches I'm going to use, and also whether or not to put the sunset in here. I like that look, I really do like that look. So I took some of this fabric and I interfaced it. I drew some circles on the back, and then I chose the size of circle that I think looks best. I played around with some circles, some big ones, and I even cut one in half to see if I wanted that sort of effect. but I eventually decided on that one. As you can see on the screen, I've got my makeshift frame there just to get a rough idea now of how it is panning out, and that's how it's looking with the makeshift cardboard frame. So yeah, I definitely think I need that. Now what I've done, I have placed it down there in the center, fairly in the center. I think it doesn't matter if it's off center, and I've just covered this up with some yellow net to give it a yellow glow. It was debatable whether I put the red on as well. I don't actually think it needs the red, but I think it benefits from the yellow. And not only that, the yellow now makes another colour here where it overlaps on the colours underneath, the fabrics underneath. It's making another colour, and it's looking good. Yeah, see, as we say, as was we hadn't also an upper say, more is more. So I'm going to leave that there, and first task I'm going to do now is to sew around that, and then sit back for a minute, recuperate from not having much sleep last night, and then I'm going to sit down and spend a nice afternoon stitching. I've put the sun down here, and over the top, as I said I would, I've put some yellow net. I think I've actually put 2 down there. I'm going to lift that up there. I'm not sure if you can see that, but that particular area is yellow to really mimic this bit here. Okay, so I'm quite pleased with that look there. Don't think I've done anything else there at all. So for the moment, that piece is finished. So the background there is finished, just waiting for the stitchery. There we go, just that and that. But the second piece here is the dark piece, and that, as I showed you before, is that piece there, but also going into that piece. Now I've put the boats down. All the boats now have been secured, and these, the bottom ones here, have net over them. I'm going to lift that up. I don't want to move the camera while it's behaving itself. So these have net over blue. So these are now ready for me to sew like this. I've got the smaller one here somewhere, which is easier to make out. Oh, I did have, oh, there it is on the floor. Right, so there we are, like this. Now I think I might do these in that deep red, this deep red here. Okay, I might do the sails in a deep red, because I'm looking at this thinking, well, that is dark, isn't it? And if there were boats on here, the sails, you wouldn't see so much the bright light colours on there, you would see the darkness. So I think, right, okay, so I might, to bring this red down, this dark red down, to bring it down, I might use this for the sails. I'm not sure yet, it's just an idea that I'm playing with. So I've interfaced it just in case I do need to do the sails like this. Now this has some repair work here. You can see here there's some repair work here that masks the side here. So I'm guessing that that did at one time go right the way down and came across there. So I think that's what I'm going to do with the sails. Now I do like these little boats here, because on one of them, and I think it's the larger one here, one of them here, and this is very, very enlarged, as it says so there, you can see here, along here, a line that goes up there and one that comes up here. Let me see if I can do that in blue. There's a line that comes up there, and here there's a line there. So I'm guessing, or I'm changing that line to go over there, which I think could very well be something like this. So Louise, I hope you like what I'm about to do with this. So I'm going to put this away. Now, this piece here, the foreshore, I'm going to put flowers here. Now, where's my, there. Now, if we look at this, so I think I've dealt with these. Next part is this, and I like the idea of having flowers on the foreshore, some greenery, maybe some sand showing, and some flowers. Now that's the nearest I can get to, yeah, that's the nearest I can get to putting flowers there. I couldn't find any cutouts, so I think the cards might work well there. And that colour as well, yeah, that colour. So these, that's just to give you an idea of what I'm planning to do there. Like here. Yeah, so I'm going to do that to here, to this part here. I might keep a little bit here just for the sand, so the sea is, the surf here, it's rolling onto the beach, so we've got some flowers going on here. Now this is very bright, so eventually I probably will put some dark net over it. Now what I've done, Louise, I've taken your fabrics with the flowers and I've cut some out, and I've also put some interfacing on this lovely piece here, and I might cut some flowers from this, flower shapes. I think at the moment I'm going to try and bring some of these colours down as well, down here, but once again it is just me talking aloud. This I've backed, the two pieces there, the bear's paw, I've backed because I will need that for something, maybe a butterfly or maybe a flower. So that is ready. Now, as I was about to say, I have cut lots of these flowers out, and you'll probably recognise them from your pieces of fabric. Now I need to place these in a nice arrangement around here, somewhere around here. This is just to give you an idea. This isn't how I'm actually going to place them. Anyway, I'm going to finish here, and I'm not going to carry on now. I'm going to sit down and listen to the radio for a while, and hang it on the wall, and then see what I'll come up with. Right, just a little catch up to show you what I have done. I didn't turn the camera off, I just carried on. It's now 1:25 in the morning, and I think I'm going to finish now. Now I haven't brought my frame up from downstairs, so I'm just going to make a quick frame with 2 pieces of paper folded like that, and that will give you an idea of how it might possibly look. Now what have I done? So I've added sails to the boats, and I've added flowers down here, overlapping some. I don't think I'm going to use any more flowers than that. Oh, I'd like that one there showing, because it adds a little bit of height to the flowers. And I have tacked these down. Some have still got the pins in them. It's really lovely, Louise, to do this. And the fabrics you sent, like the fabrics that Kath sent, were just really beautiful and made it easy. And I have quite a bit over of this. I haven't used that yet, and I'm not sure I will be able to use that, but if I can, I most certainly will. But everything else I've used, apart from this, which, as I said, I might use for a butterfly. If not, I might try and just pop a bit in there somewhere with a bit of red. Okay, but anyway, that is as far as I've got. As I'm looking at that, this reminds me a little bit actually of the Scream, Edvard Munch's Scream. The sky in the background of that. So anyway, enough's enough now, and I really am closing down until tomorrow. So I do hope you like what's happening here, and as I say, I'm really enjoying it. White down to hold it all in place. So I've put the white net along there. Now I'm going to tack this down. It's all pinned. I'm going to tack it across as normal, and then I can start the surface stitchery. I'm just going to show you what I've done here. It's all applied, held in place with the pins, and I've added a butterfly there. I'm not sure if it's too big. I'm not sure, but bearing in mind this is all in the distance, but it is awfully big, but I like it. I'm going to probably leave it there. Yeah, I'll probably leave it there. See how I feel after I've hanged it on the wall for a while. So that is now as far as I am, and I'm really looking forward now to doing the surface stitchery, which I will start after I've had time just to catch my breath a little bit and think about what stitches to use, how to do this. I do want to do it all in running stitch, what areas I'd like to pick out. So I've started doing the blanket stitch around the edge of all the flowers. It's looking quite good. I'll just do another stitch here and I'll lay it flat, and then you can see how far I've come. Okay, so I think there's been quite a few changes since the last time you've seen it. I start at the top here, and here I've done a machine sew 3 lines through the sunset here, just like in the picture. If I can find it, now there, just like that one in the picture. I said that I would do that, so there it is there. This top bit isn't finished quite yet. I still need to do some stitchery on it. Here I've put the sails onto the boats. Just pull that up a little bit here. So the sails are on the boats. They're not finished yet either. I've machine sewn them. Now I started off machine sewing this as a form of tacking, so I've used a really big stitch here, but I actually like the look of the machine stitch, so I'm going to leave it. I thought it would save time to put big stitch in and then just pull it out, but I've decided to leave all the machine stitches that you can see. I'm not taking them out, but I will still do some surface stitchery on the top. I like the look of the sails here. Sails and the bottom of the boats. There we go, the sails and the bottom of the boat, and here as well. That one's a bit hidden behind the flowers. Got one there that I actually forgot to sew down. So the boats are not finished because I need to do oh, I don't know, what would that be called? Is it just a pole or a rod? I'm not very, my knowledge of boats isn't very good. I'm not very nautical at all, so I'm not sure, but these aren't finished yet. Sails and the boats need to be connected. So that's that bit. Now this bit here, I put the big butterfly down. I didn't do it in this. I thought I would, but I decided against that. So I've put all these down. I did tack these down, and they've all been sewn down with blanket stitch around there. I mean, they haven't finished because, as you can see on the screen, if you're looking at that one there and that one there. There is one there, very pale there. It's lace. These need to be sewn down as well, once again with blanket stitch. So most of them have been held down with the blanket stitch. I've only finished one off completely, and this is that one, and this has pinwheel in the middle, straight stitch with French knots on the end. So that one was a bit of a trial, just to see if I want to do the same on each of these, and I'm still not sure yet. So I will carry on with these to see how it looks. So next time you see this will be finished. Hopefully the boats will be finished. I'll probably just connect these with a chain stitch, maybe. At the moment, in my head I'm going to connect them with a chain stitch. But you know that's likely to change. So it's finished. I got completely carried away sitting downstairs, and I finished it, and I am really pleased with it. Louise, I hope you like it too. Just going to show you, Louise, what I've got left over. This is all that is left over from your fabric. Unfortunately I didn't touch that at all, but I think I'm going to use that in something else. And this is what I have over. It's incredible, isn't it? And I still have the buttons. Didn't use the buttons. As hard as I tried to put them in the centres of the flowers, to put them somewhere, I even tried the long toggle here as the butterfly's body, and I just couldn't work it. So I thought, no, I'm going to leave those now for another project. But I do hope you like it, Louise. I hope what I've done appeals to you. I'm just going to run through now what I've done. I have a list of stitches here that I need to read. Right, I'm going to start with straight stitch. These are straight stitches here. Oh, hang on a minute, I'll make this a bit bigger. Right, move it up. Let's have a look. We'll start with the flowers. There we go. So the flowers. Got straight stitch in these flowers here and here. A straight stitch for the veins on the leaf, or leaves actually. There are two there with them. And then I explained before, there's blanket stitch around the edge of most of the flowers. You can see that here. I just love that stitch. I'd put that on everything if I could. Then there are rings of chain here around some of these flowers. Rings of chain there. There's chain here. I love that effect there. There's one there and here. So if you look carefully, you'll be able to see the rings of chain. And then I have herringbone here. Now put the herringbone there. I'm not sure it worked well enough for me to use it again. I felt I needed to balance it over here, but I haven't. I've actually balanced it over here with some sequins, quite a large group there of sequins. I'm hoping that gives the balance. I love herringbone stitch as well as blanket. Oh, I love them all actually, but I just don't feel that that's worked too well, but I'm leaving it there. To take that out would be a bit destructive, so I've left that there. Then I've put sequins, I've mentioned there, and then solitary sequins around. There's also a row of sequins here. I'll pull this down later, in a minute, and you'll be able to see the row of sequins there for this, the edge of the sunset. Beads. I wonder if you can see the row of beads there, beads that are edging here, and each stem there, each straight stitch there has a bead at the end. I've got any more beads, sequins around there. Oh, beads there at the end of the butterfly's antennae. French knots. I think you saw the French knots before, but I've added a few more here in a metallic red, so when the light catches that, it does actually glisten. Also gone around the edges here, from right the way from here around there, in the same deep red metallic thread, and that's to give the impression of these beautiful colours shining on the edge of the flowers. It's all very romantic, isn't it? Then I've added some running stitch around here, the inside of the flower there and there. Oh look, there's quite a lot of running stitch going on here. Running stitch down there for the veins, some more veins, and of course running stitch here in beautiful colours to reflect this sky. I think I explained that these have been appliqued down, the sails, they're appliqued machine sewn here, so there's lots of hand sewing, lots of machine sewing. Now I'm going to move this up a little bit, very slightly. I hope it's not making you feel sick. Right, so now we have a good view of the boats. Right, Louise, you can see the boats there. I just love that effect, just ready-made boats, aren't they? And they are very, very similar to the graffiti ones on the cathedral columns. Look at this, lovely. And the bottom down there, that one's gorgeous. Now I've just picked out the edge of that one and put some red metallic thread around that, and that's just a running stitch. So from there I've put chain stitch around here for the glow, followed by a red metallic running stitch and then a yellow running stitch, and I've added running stitch in here. And I think that might be everything I have done. I think that's the lot now. Now the edges, I've cut the size that I need this to be. Right, I'm just going to make that smaller. So look away if it makes you feel dizzy. Right, so I've cut this edge, I've trimmed it all the way around. There wasn't much to trim. Look, that is what I've trimmed off, that piece there, and I think that goes there. Trim that piece off there. But this was short, that was just a bit short, and the calico here was showing. So I know under the frame that edge isn't going to show, but I will know it's there. So I've done a little bit of repair work there with some pink net. So if you can see that, that is a little bit of repair work. Don't think it actually notices, and it won't when it's in the frame. So zigzag, cut to size. Now that is ready to go into the frame. So I have a frame here. Oh, no, I don't like doing this. I really don't like doing this. So it's A4. So that's standard printing size. Now with these, we've got the hooks on the back. Now I have a habit when I use these of getting them upside down. Of getting that way. You see that there? Instead of that way. So to avoid that today, I put an arrow there. If you can see that arrow there, that's what it's for. Now I'm going to just measure this, and it might just be a fraction. Yeah, that's okay. I can trim that. Rather have it on the big side with some to trim away than on the small side. So the first thing I'm going to do is get the double-sided sellotape. First thing I'm going to do is put this double-sided sellotape there. I think I might just put it over the edges. Now if I wasn't going to put glass or perspex over this, I would pad it. I would add a little bit of padding, but at the risk of getting all caught up, yeah, I really wanted to do that edge first because that's a nice straight one. Right, so very carefully, let's pop that there. I'm going to put that edge to edge, stretch it as I do it. Just marry up that corner first. And that one. Right, I've married that up. Now I'm just going to put that down just to hold that there, and then I'm going to stretch it down at the same time stretch it across like that. There we go. There we go. You can see I've done that more than once. Turn it over. Yeah, I'm just going to run the scissors up this side now. And there. Right, let's have a look, see what we've got there. Now, next bit, I'm going to, where's the purse? And then that's placed down over there. So I've turned that over. I can wipe the outside when I've finished. And then the frame. Like that. Lovely. So very carefully turn that over. And you can see the clips there. Put the clips back down like this. One there. Oh, it looks as if there should have been a clip there. Never mind. And I'm just going to clean that. Where's that sunlight coming from? Oh.
Well, unfortunately, it's not possible to see the picture in its true form, because it is really lovely looking, far better than you're seeing on the screen. And I think it's because it's a sunny day and the light is playing on the perspex of the frame. It's picking up, you can see the camera there. So I've actually taken a couple of still photographs, and I hope that you get a really good opinion or impression of how the work actually looks. Even these have got the light playing on the glass or the perspex, so I do hope you can see just how nice it is. But on that note, I'd like to say thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you for everybody who's watched as far as this, and thank you for all the likes. I really do appreciate it. So take care, everyone. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.